Hey, this is Geno Bisconte, and you're listening to the terrible grammar of Mike and Derek D on the PBR podcast. Really? Hey!
Sophisticated podcast variation. Now tell me something good. Oh yeah.
Can we just like roll into it?
Yeah, we
I've
just
been
hit
recording
record.
since you walked in with my mask on.
I just love like
No, we're on. So just put your headphones on.
Are we on?
Yeah.
Oh, God. Remember when you used to like me and you're like, now just start talking, jackass. Hey, buddy. Hey. You know, it'd be awesome. A bottle opener for this carrot juice.
You gave him two, but I don't get one.
one is yours.
So what are you saying? Like
I'm saying you have a stutter.
we
That's
meant
what
to.
I'm
I
saying.
do.
I'm saying you've
He does
developed
You
a
just
stutter.
learned this. It's the third time we've been on this podcast.
Ah, third time's a charm. Thanks for having me again, gentlemen.
Anytime, Gino.
I'm good.
Slows me down. A glass.
So
Yeah. Hold on. Let me just put it right in my vagina. I'm kidding. I keep my vagina in the car. We're talking? What? We're doing this?
what do you think? What do you think? What did we mean to do? What did we not mean to do? What did you mean by that?
About the podcast.
Podfest, yeah.
Podfest.
I thought the Podfest, if you were going for just like a comedy variety Podfest type show,
Yeah.
a show where you say, all right, you love our podcast, this is what we'll do. We'll do a huge podcast where we take it to a theater, House of Independence, if you would, and we'll do our podcast, but we'll pepper in some of our favorite comedians and Gino, and we'll have them come out, you know, and it'll be, I don't want to say variety show, just although it is, but when you say variety show, you think of that stuff you watch with your
Yeah.
parents when you were growing up.
Juggling.
You know? Yeah, it was a show of shows. So once Al Alberts finished showcasing, no, but it really seemed.
Yeah.
It's like when you're hosting anything, you're like, all right. It's like when you host a party, you're like, these are my friends. I really want you to see them in their best light. And I thought that's what you did. And I thought it was a nice mix. And I thought the meet and greet was fun, you know? I enjoyed that. What was that other thing? Open bar. That was a good time, right? Am I right? Sleeping in my car. Good time.
Did you really?
No,
Yes.
not that
night.
No.
Yeah. Well, the thing about it is we learned a lot from it as well. Like things we do differently next year. Have it for 2 days. Be later in the day. Not have the earlier one. Maybe But we
Really?
yeah.
Later in the day?
Right.
No, he was at the 5 o'clock show, not the 2 o'clock show. What are you saying over there?
She said nighttime.
Nighttime.
Yeah. You were at the 5 o'clock show. We had a 2 o'clock show.
Yeah. Now
Yeah.
I know. Like Florentine was on the 2 o'clock show. I caught up with him. Yeah, I could see you doing it at nighttime. I think it works both ways. You
Yeah.
know, but you had an inside view of it better than me, so I'm sure you know what you're doing. They have no idea what they're doing, do they? They have no idea.
Well, she produced it.
We're clueless.
You know,
You really don't know what you're doing. I mean, the fact that I'm here 3 times shows you have no idea what you're doing.
We felt like it was a success, man. I just wanted to pick your brain.
I really
you know?
thought it was. You know what I judge everything by? And I mean literally everything in my life. Like if I have fun. You know what I mean? And I had an absolute I think I said it 2 or 3 times during the set. I'm like, I'm having more fun than any of you people.
No, you did. You actually said.
I said it was like being in a room full of my nephew. Everything I did, hey, this guy's amazing.
You were peppering. Was it your cousin? Right.
Oh, you and Joey, man.
Oh, Joe. Well, Joe, that was the first time I met him, and he was awesome.
great.
Like, hey, Joe. He's like, yeah.
Yeah.
No, not Gatto. The guy out in the stands, out in the audience, that Gino was getting.
But I was hitting Gatto a
Brad.
couple times from the
Brad.
side. But,
No, I know.
Yeah.
But it was the guy that was standing on the right hand
He had-
side of the stage.
He had a Pirates hat on.
Yeah,
He was.
We were give it to
That's
him.
my
good.
brother-in-law. It was
Yo.
good, man.
It's like Favre. It's so funny. Like, because Rep Favre says, and he said, you know, he could remember every single play he ever made, you know? And the golfers say that too. They remember every shot they took. It's like you don't remember showing, then someone brings up, oh yeah, the guy in the Pirates hat on the right hand side.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess. But you were, because you're really good at those. Like, say a thought and then quick side. Say a quick side, and that's what gets huge laughs too.
Because it's how I am in real life.
It is how you are in real life.
Like people would always say, oh, Gino's always on. No, Gino's always like that.
Gino's Gino.
Gino really likes people. I don't know why.
I love it though, especially for podcasting. Like we recorded last night with Quincy Mumford, and I was tired. I got home late. You know, today was a long day, and then I was like, you know what? I might not have to say 4 words tonight because Gino's coming on. So this is great.
It's amazing how like
sit back.
I've been asleep all whole day. I was saying this, like it's like sometimes I feel guilty because I wake up and I'm tired. I'm like, what did you do that you're tired? But then you muddle through the day. I go and I write the jokes for the football video. I go do the video, see my boy Joe, and I'm awake. And then I walk in and see you three. I'm like, I'm awake. It's so
You're fired up.
It's like you said. It's like you're like I don't even have to do anything. Just hold on for dear
Right.
life and run. Yeah.
All right, so wait, you bring this up. You bring up football picks. Now, last time you were on,
I used to be. I'm
Listen.
really good.
all right, so we're gonna break this down because
Usually.
I am in a big money pick'em league with spread.
Right.
All right,
I'm winning mine. Well, I'm not winning. I do it every year with another comedian. You ever heard of Clayton Fletcher?
I have not.
Good comedian, New York guy. I should say great comedian, but I said good like that. That came out wrong because he's a professional gambler. He plays poker in Vegas and stuff.
Really?
He's
How do you
really
become
good
a professional at that?
you do the opposite of everything I picked this season in football. That's how you become a major bettor.
Jeez.
All right, so I'm losing my ass. All right, it's tallied. Let me just break it down for you. There are a few hundred people in it. It was $100 buy-in. If you win the week, you get $200.
Right.
So you could win every week.
There's 17 $200 weekly winners because math.
Because of math.
Yeah.
But it breaks down at the end also where there's if you have the most points total, you get like a $4,000 payout, and then second and third get some money.
At the end of the season.
At the end of the season, and if you pick every single game and have the worst record, you can't miss a Thursday night game. You know what I mean?
Right.
And have the worst record, you get your money back. You win 200, so you win 100.
Which is hard to do.
So
It's so hard.
I've often said, like, my second season ever doing this was my only losing season, and I've said this, it was 39% basically. I'm like, it's hard to get 60% of the picks wrong the entire season.
That's
as
even
it is
harder,
right.
yeah.
It's
well,
just
I had
as difficult.
4 right last week.
They played like
What the hell, man?
They played 15 games.
It blows. Yeah,
Dude,
it blows
it's-
my mind. The spread, how close. I lost by the
You
spread.
only notice when the spread comes into play. Like I do
It
this.
comes into play every game.
I guarantee it did not. Watch this. Let's play a game. Somebody bring up the scores. Hold on. Bring up the scores from last week's football game.
Only if we had a producer. Dennis! Frankie.
Bring up the scores from this past week's football games, and I guarantee the majority did not. I guarantee 75% did not come within a point of the spread.
Last week? You're
Yeah.
wrong. Every game.
Okay.
All right,
Well,
hold on.
I'm going to go. Here's what I'm going by, just so we don't think I'm crazy. Okay, first of all, I can tell you the Thursday night game did not, because Daddy said take the Bengals, and they. I'm trying to think if the Dolphins were getting 15.5. They weren't.
I can't bring. Can you bring up last week's NFL scores? please?
Actually, no, stop. You don't even have to do that, because God forgive me. It's right. Okay, so the fudge. I didn't say fuck because I don't know if I can say it. Like, can I or can't I? Let me explain it.
You can't.
I just think
I was using accent,
I think
Frank.
I'm so funny, and I'm not. All right, look. So the Thursday night game did not come into play. Okay. All right. So watch this. You might have something. So
I do.
The London game. So it's one. Okay. So the London game line was it was a pick'em. Wait. The line. No. See, the London game was a pick'em, and the Jags won by 3. That does not come into play. I'll go 2 points either way. So a pick'em is heads up. They won by 3. So 2 did not. Okay, the next game, the Redskins and the Browns. The line was 8.5. They won by 11. That does not really come into play. I mean, even if you're doing 2 points, all right, let's do another one. The Patriots Bills. Were the Patriots getting 16.5? No, it was not even close. It was it was off by 23 points. I could do this all day, Angel.
That's
the
three-
Seahawks and
yeah,
Jets
he's
were a
proving me wrong,
pick'em,
but I felt like-
and the Jets lost by 10.
You have a-
I'm trying to think if 10 is within 1 of 0. No, there'll be some SPELLING later. WHORE. All right, now let's try the Panthers Falcons. I know that didn't. Okay. Is 15 close to 2.5? Do you want to keep going?
I think you have different spreads than I do. I did not have one pick on my entire sheet.
But look, I'm going by none of these are even close. Bears 3.5. The Bears were, there you go. The Lions were giving 3.5 and they lost by 3. So that's 6.5. No. They do. You only remember the rare instant.
I think
because
you're right.
when
I think he's right.
I
think
am
he's
right.
You're
I'm
right.
not-
I'm not
You
gonna
proved it. You proved it.
I'm not. But that's the thing. But when that line comes into play, or more importantly, when you had the most and this is what gets me. Like for 6-7 years I've been pitching a show where we do sports from a gambling perspective, like, because gambling, this is what you're talking
Why
about.
do people watch sports for entertainment?
Exactly. They do if they're gambling. That's entertaining. But this is what you're talking about. The line comes into play because you're like, because you're not at, because if the game, if you're getting 3 and you're down by 7, okay, line's not in play, but you're like, just kick a field goal and I backdoor cover. So that's when it comes into play. Or like when it's called a bad beat now, but I always said that's how you should do it, because normal people watching the game don't see the way gamblers see it. Like the perfect example, and I talked about this last year, I'll never forget, the Buckeyes were playing Northwestern. You're Buckeyes, right? Is that a Buckeyes thing you're wearing?
Sure.
It's not. That's a local school thing, right?
Yeah.
So like wherever you get your children. So
You get your children.
So the Buckeyes are losing to Northwestern the entire game, and the Buckeyes are laying 3. So the Buckeyes, or whatever, the Buckeyes needed to win by 4 points, okay? And they're losing. They're losing the game. So obviously, if you're down 7, you're missing the line by 11.
Yeah.
But if you watch, so of course Northwestern doesn't care. Oh, excuse me. Let me rephrase. Northwestern was up by 10. They were up by 10. So at the end of the game, they just let them slowly go down the field, eat up clock, and sure enough, the Buckeyes score. And now I remember. I'm just trying to get to the point. God forgive me. The Buckeyes score, and now they're actually up 3. So the point is, the line doesn't come into play. But what Northwestern does with 10 seconds left, and they've still covered because they were getting 7. That's my point. So the Buckeyes are getting 7. So if you bet if you bet Northwestern, I'll say this one sentence going so you get me. So after they score the touchdown, the Buckeyes are up 3 in real life. But since Northwestern is getting 7, they're up 4. There are 8 seconds left. Thank you. I'm finally saying it correctly. So now if you're a normal person watching this game, you're like, yay, Buckeyes won. If you're a degenerate gambler who bet money on Northwestern, you're like, fucking A, I won this game until
they kicked that field goal.
It's a kickoff. There's no time left. So what happens in reality? Well, Northwestern is down 4, so they just start lateraling it, hoping they can run it back for a touchdown. But what one of the Northwestern guys does is he throws it over the guy's head. It rolls into the end zone where it sits for an eternity, while everyone who bet Northwestern is like, no! And a Northwestern guy jumps on it, 6 points, touchdown, and now Northwestern doesn't cover. And anyone that gambled on Northwestern is losing their mind. And this is my other point. Anyone that bet Ohio in that game, this is what gets me about gamblers. This is what gets me about anyone that says they know how to gamble, which takes me to my videos, why I say the joke makes the picks, because no one knows. Anyone that bet Ohio State in that game and would have the balls to say to you the next day, there you go, I told you the Buckeyes would cover, is out of their goddamn mind.
Yeah.
You know, and that's why you just have to laugh at anyone that gambles, but that's why 20 minutes later and 8 fucked up stories, that's why you think the line comes into play. And it does, but at the very end, whenever it does it, they're like, oh, the line was 3.5 and the team won by 4. Vegas has it rigged. No, they don't.
Well, there's a lot of people that say things are rigged, but like
They just know their shit.
yeah, they're very smart when it comes to picking the spread and stuff.
Yeah.
But like this is the first year that I'm not doing fantasy football, and I stopped fantasy football a couple years ago, and I stopped doing. I've been in a
How do you
pool.
stop doing fantasy
I
football?
stopped.
I've been in a
as well.
pool.
My
This
brother
year.
did too. How do you do that?
I just didn't want to deal with it. I've been in a pool.
I wanted to just root
But hold on.
for the team I root for this year.
The Chargers?
Yeah.
You want to root for the
No, the
Chargers
Cowboys.
like
We've
me?
been down this road.
If they played
I'm not an
58-minute
asshole.
games, we'd be undefeated.
See, but my pool
Fire that head
that I
coach.
was in, that I'm not in anymore, I would just there was no spread. Just pick win or loss for every single game, and that sounds so easy.
Yeah.
it's
It's
so
not. It's not.
hard. It's just 50-50 shot for each game.
But do they do that where
And
you
you-
weight the games as well? They're like, all right, you know, it's like you
Weighted and spread?
No, there's no spread.
If you don't do the spread, a lot of times it's weighted. Like of the 16 games, like you pick a game like, all right, I'm
no,
giving this one a value of 16.
because it's no, it's
Wow.
just straight up every game pick it, and I've come close to winning. I was in it for like 6 years and never won. So I said, you know what, forget that too. And I'm just in nothing. I'm just enjoying watching football.
Yes, I
maybe
agree.
when it comes to the Super Bowl and playoffs, we'll do some
Well,
brackets.
are you a Giants fan?
Yes.
Your boy Odell Beckham.
Oh, he calmed down. He needs to not you. Well, you might, but he needs to calm.
Don't waste your time telling me to calm down.
What an asshole.
Some of the bleach from his hair is just going on.
How long until he's doing sit-ups in a driveway? The reporter had a microphone over his face, right?
He's I don't know what's
Our
wrong
90s
with
porn
him.
star looking coach needs to just
That guy, that McAdoo guy.
He needs a McAdoo hairdo.
McAdoo. I would have said Macadon't.
Yucky.
Yeah, but seriously, like Odell, relax, man.
Nah,
like
he's just
Eli.
He's too much of a head case. He has not got he's it's that self-fulfilling prophecy. Did you hear what he said this week? He's like, I feel like that game against Josh Norman tarnished my image. And it's like
He said, I'm not having fun anymore.
and I'm not having fun anymore. Let me tell you what your image was. Your image was a guy that made an amazing one-handed catch. That's what it was. But your image is also a guy that, hasn't done shit since then.
Yeah.
And now, since that Josh Norman thing, he hasn't scored a touchdown since.
All season.
Or in the 2 games last season, since Josh Norman and him. And that was Odell Beckham losing his marbles.
Yeah.
Losing his
And at the
marbles.
same time, it's like, dude, like especially when he hit the kicking net on the side and it
Came
hit
back
back.
and hit him, yeah.
Like that's what you get, man.
Good point that someone brought up. Chucky. What the hell's his real name? Gruden. He said if Odell Beckham doesn't play for the New York Giants, he makes that one-hand catch in Tennessee. He's not on the cover of Madden. That like none of this celebrity happens.
That's true.
And
It
he
happened in New York.
And it happened. That one-handed catch was how many years ago? He's been in the league 3.
But
His first year.
So because he's in New York, he
This
makes
is
that
his
catch.
third year.
They still didn't win. He's on the cover of Madden.
It's about
he's
to
a
get
celebrity.
worse. It's about to get worse, and I'm telling you why. It came out today. He didn't come out today. It would probably make his life
Oh, that
easier.
Dez Bryant like backed him up. Did you hear that?
No.
Yeah, your boy.
That the league has instructed officials to keep an eye on defensive backs that are coercing him, or no, that's not the right word. That are,
come on.
that are egging him on.
Listen, you better come up with a new show because the NFL's dying. So
the
Geno's
NFL
picks,
will never die.
I'm telling you,
It will
you
never
heard
die.
it here first.
Yeah, well, you're going to be saying
two
it for
things,
years.
Geno. 2 things that I know. Okay, number 1, the moon's fake, and number 2, the NFL's dying.
All right, well, you're 1 for 2 on that.
All right,
because
listen,
the NFL is fine.
Geno's picks we can find where.
My website, failure.org. GenoBisconte.com. If you Google comedian Geno Bisconte football picks, if you try and spell it any possible way,
comes up.
It comes up.
All right, can we do-
Even
can we do-
Biscotti with Bisconte.
I dare you. I dare you. Try and spell it like JINOBESCONTI and see what it says.
I'm not Googling your name right now.
Oh, I thought you were, because it'll say
Frankie, how about you try it?
It'll say, did you mean Geno Bisconte? Because there's
Let's
no.
see. We're testing it out right now.
All right, real quick while Frankie's searching that, okay?
It worked?
Real quick.
It worked.
Don't think, Geno.
There's no one close to it that does comedy. I'm not saying like, all right, don't think why. What are we
Don't
doing?
think. Write down the list, okay? Arizona, San Francisco. San Francisco plus 3.5.
I'm still taking.
Don't think. Come
I'm
on, just
taking
say
Arizona despite the fact that Carson Palmer is out with a concussion because anyone that starts playing Gabbard has brain damage.
This is supposed to be rapid fire, not dissertation.
Oh, all right, here we go.
Chicago, Indianapolis, giving 4.5.
I think they'll beat the Colts and Indiana. I'm taking the Bears because the Colts are coming off. They're the first team. All right, you don't want to.
Washington, Baltimore. Baltimore is giving 3.5. Baltimore.
I'm taking the Ravens.
New England, Cleveland. Cleveland's getting
England
10
is
I'm
and a
taking
half.
Cleveland getting 10 and a
10.5.
half.
All right. Well,
New York, shut up, Derek. This is Geno's picks. God damn it.
I got to be able to elaborate.
You
if
can
it's-
elaborate. Go ahead. I want you to retort everything he says as Donald Trump. The Jets versus Pittsburgh.
New
Pittsburgh-
Jersey?
New Jersey Jets.
I already
versus
told you.
Pittsburgh minus 6.5.
No one cares about the Jets. The last time people in New
Are you
York were
kidding
this unconcerned about Jets was September 10th, 2001.
Oh, there it
I'm
is.
taking the Steelers.
Philadelphia, Detroit. Detroit's giving 2.5.
only Mexican steal.
I cannot believe that the Eagles are still not respected enough.
They're getting 2.5.
They're getting to an half in
Philadelphia.
Detroit, but if you remember Thanksgiving last year, Detroit bitch slapped
I
them.
hate the Eagles. They
I-
can fly over the wall.
I'm getting on the Wentz wagon. I'm going to take
All
the
right.
Eagles and the points I'm getting.
Houston, Minnesota. Minnesota giving 5.5.
I like Minnesota there.
I love soda, especially club.
This guy's great.
Tennessee, Miami. Miami's getting 3.5.
You know, they might move that game because of the hurricane. It's funny because usually things inside the stadium blow. The
Milan.
Dolphins suck. Take friggin' Tennessee.
Milano's the only 10 I see.
Atlanta, Denver, minus 6.5.
See, I'm going to go with Denver there. I like Trevor Seaman. Who doesn't like Seaman? Am I right, Frankie?
Hillary Clinton's a Bronco.
Simeon.
Hey, Dennis! Get a rag.
Hillary reminds me of a horse, Broncos.
Buffalo, the Rams giving 2.5.
Buffalo played their 2 Super Bowls in the past 2 weeks. They saved Rex's job against Arizona, and they plays well. They're going to get killed by the friggin' Rams.
Rams, that's what Bill Clinton did to every intern in the White House.
San Diego, Oakland giving 3.5.
Don't make me. The Chargers.
You
the
just
Chargers
don't
should
pick
be,
with your heart.
The Chargers should be 4-0 right now if they played 58-minute games, but they're due for a meltdown. I'm taking the Raiders and laying the points.
I got to take the Raiders. You know, San Diego's right next to Mexico. They all come in right there.
Cincinnati, Dallas getting
It's a pick 'em.
Getting a half point here.
I like. That's because they can't make it a pick 'em. They got to. Daddy's taking Dak.
yeah,
taking
Dak to the future.
Dak Brazizzle.
Too many boys.
Too many boys. All right. Giants, Green Bay Packers giving 6.5.
See, I want to take the Packers, but they don't blow anyone out. It's just Odell Beckham's banana. What was if someone can tell me what was up with Eli Manning just spiking the ball so he didn't get sacked this past Sunday night? It was annoying. It was annoying. I'm taking the Packers.
I got to take the Giants, because the Giants are giant, huge giant wall.
Huge. Tampa Bay, Carolina, Monday night.
3.5.
Carolina giving 5.5.
That's because they don't. That's going to go down if what's his name doesn't have a concussion. I mean, is out of the protocol, Cam Newton. But I'm going to take the Bucks. I'm going to take the Panthers. There's no way they're going to start the season 1-4.
Okay, and the points in that game total. Tiebreaker. I do the same thing every week.
It's going to be. It depends who starts, but I'll go 31 Panthers, 21 Bucks.
No shit. What's that add up to?
52. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, 53 every
I
week.
got to take Carolina.
Carante due.
Save the picks. I will report.
I got to take Carolina because me, Hillary, and Bill,
forgot.
we did lines of cocaine at my wedding. Right off Milano's ass. It was great.
Here's conspiracy theory, Bill. I heard that you guys are
Bill?
That's
Bill,
Donald. That's Donald.
the John.
This shows how much I know about politics. Look, Mr. Lincoln. The point is, the latest conspiracy theory I'm hearing is that Trump and God forgive me, and Hillary are friends anyway.
They've been friends. They were at each other's weddings. They've been friends for a long time. He's a huge Clinton supporter.
I've gone to a lot of weddings, mostly exes that I snuck into and yelled whore from the back.
I gotta tell you
but I've
something,
been to
though.
weddings, and I'm not necessarily friends with most of the people there.
Okay.
I got to tell you, back in the day, we were friends. Like I said, coke off Milano's ass. But other than that, now I need to win because I'm a winner, and I win. Okay? That's it.
I said from the beginning. Thanks, Don. I said from the beginning that it was all a conspiracy to get Clinton elected. And he did it as a joke to destroy the Republican Party. And then he just kept winning. And now it's a bigger joke.
Like he could say the most atrocious things.
Welcome back, Derek.
to
Where'd
help
you been?
them. I had to go and get a payday. Have you ever had those candies? They are
Delicious.
The
delicious.
second day in a row a payday came up. Your boy was talking about it last night at the stand. Sal's like, I've
yeah.
never seen someone eating a payday. I'm like, what? Really?
Oh, I've been eating them all week.
I cannot. That's just unbelievable. It's that whole synergy.
They're so good.
Oh, it just happened, or the fact that we've been eating them all week?
Well, no, I have no trouble believing you've been eating candy bars all week. I mean,
stay-
what I'm saying is,
That just keeps coming up in conversation. What are you doing over there?
I was going to ask him if do you stand up with Sal that often?
no. I mean,
You said last night that you did?
I bump into him at the stand every now and then, but I actually wasn't even at the stand last night. I was drinking at the bar next to it. Or was it 2 nights ago? 2 nights ago. I was
don't
off
even know.
last night.
You don't even know anymore.
It's all a blur. All I'm really good at is drinking and dick jokes. We've been over that. That's all I do.
Are you still doing aside from the stand up, because we know that you're a powerhouse in that. Are you still on the other 2 shows, Anthony and Artie? They still rocking and rolling?
I'm not doing the Artie podcast because now we're doing me and Aaron Berg have our own show on the Kumia Network. We do it once a
nice.
week on Tuesdays. It's called In Hot Water. It's fantastic.
But you're not doing Artie at all anymore?
No, I haven't.
Any bad blood or?
No bad blood. I'm
just the blood going through Artie's veins.
Yeah, that's pretty bad blood going through that. That show's just a train wreck. His producer, I don't get along with, and I get along with everyone.
How do you get along with our producer?
Fantastically. He keeps bringing me beer.
He
I don't know what your scam is here.
he thinks it's Dennis.
Dennis.
It's Frankie, right?
Frankie with an
Yeah,
eye.
Frankie.
It's a girl.
It's with an
Oh,
eye.
Frankie with an eye.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Dennis
yes.
is the male idiot running around here.
Is there?
Literally, he gets our mail.
There's not really another dude running around here, is there?
Yeah. Yell Dennis.
No, he might answer.
He might
It's
answer.
like the old Looney Tunes when Foghorn Leghorn's like, I better not. I just might be in there.
You say Dennis too loud, and you turn around, there's like a clown. Just
Say
standing
it too
there.
loudly. It's an adverb modifying how I would say it.
Yeah.
if I say it in too loud a manner.
Don't throw your English vernacular at
Yeah,
me.
good-
You fucking-
good
your
grammar
rules.
So are you voting in the election?
No, we don't vote. Communism.
No.
I am voting, and I'm voting for Gary Johnson.
Is he the he's the other one?
He's
One of the
he's
other
one
ones.
of the other candidates.
Yeah,
yes.
but there's a Green Party.
Jill Stein.
Right.
Then there's Gary Johnson, who is from the
Libertarian.
party. Thank you.
Okay.
And then there's the other two idiots for Democrats, Republicans, and there are others. But I think America needs to know, Gino, that it's not a two-party system.
Okay. Everyone has a party with Daddy. What? That's weird.
I like it. Who are you voting for? Can I guess?
Yeah.
You're gonna vote for Hillary.
Oh,
Yeah.
why would I vote for her?
Because I don't think you're too smart to vote for Donald.
I'm not going to vote. Hillary Clinton annoys me to no end. Hillary Clinton talks like that hot chick that's not hot. She's so arrogant.
It's like
She
your
says-
mom's yelling at you, right?
She says this, like the shit she said about Benghazi, and I don't care that everyone says, well, you don't know that this is the fact that she said it, regardless of what's going on, you couch yourself in these huge situations, say it's over, so what? I don't care if there was a gun to you. You don't say that.
Yeah.
You don't say that unless you're so full of yourself and so arrogant from having fucking smoke blown up your ass in politics your whole fucking life and getting the Secretary of State gig just so friggin' Obama could be like, here, let's take all your supporters and bring them back to my side. You know who said it perfectly? Bill Burr said it perfectly. He said, Hillary Clinton running for president is like Giselle Bundchen saying, yeah, I'm going to play quarterback for the Rams. You know, I've been hanging out with Tom so long, really just putting a zip on my ball. I think I could do it. And yet this is how far it's come. Look, I'm probably going to vote for Trump because it's almost what you said. The system is broken.
I like this guy.
But then why vote for Trump? Why not vote for like a Gary Johnson? Change. We need
because
change.
it's like every relationship I've ever been in. You ride that motherfucker into the ground, and then you start from fucking zero, and that's what we might have to do.
Yeah,
but let me
it's
tell you,
crazy.
I'm not worried about any of this because I've carved out a life where I'm not sitting there worried about Social Security benefits or all this. Look, this is me. This is my job. What are you going to do if we hit a recession? Look, I'm in a business where as long as I'm funny, I get work. Yeah, you might have to worry about all this government shit and getting laid off. That's not me because I don't have a job to get laid off from, So,
Yeah.
so I don't worry about all this stuff that whenever someone says, how are you doing? I'm like, I can't be bad. I don't do enough to be bad. People that are like having bad days have a whole bunch of shit they can't control. This is what my buddy, my roommate, one of my 19, Kevin Dombrowski, great comedian, watching football with me. And my ex said this to me too, and I get it. She's like, you've ruined football for me because I watch, and you guys know me, when I watch football, I get angry. They're like, why are you angry? I'm like, and I said, here's why. And I realized it. I'm like, it's the one time in my life where I give complete control of my happiness to someone else. Everything else in my life is like fantastic. I do whatever I want. I'm like, like sometimes I'll just be bored and I'll call my nephew and we'll make fun of his father together. That's a good time. And it's great. And it's fantastic. But I'm watching these games and all I'm asking these guys to do, and I'm not asking, but all I'm expecting them to do is their fucking job. Do your fucking job. If you're up by fucking 13 points with 5 minutes left, don't fucking fumble the ball on the first fucking possession and then don't get it back and fumble it on the next fucking first time you touch the ball. And then if you're the head coach of the goddamn motherfucking team, we'll call them the Chargers, don't come out and yell at your players like it's their fault when you were the CUNT twat that tried to back into the last 9 minutes of the opener against the Chiefs because they don't do their job. if I go into a comedy club,
This guy's great. I gotta tell you, I love this guy.
if
Okay.
I go into a comedy club and be like, Gene, you're next, and I pull out a sheet of knock-knock jokes, I'm like, all right, hold on. Wouldn't you be like, what are you doing? Do your fucking job.
Yeah, come
if
prepared, man.
If you fired me the next day, or if and that's the thing about comedy. You get a job performance review every fucking day
Yeah.
you work. And if you don't do your job, you probably don't get asked to come back to work the next day.
Wow, yeah.
And that's why I
That's a
can't
good
put
way
up
to
with
look
these
at it, man.
football fucking guys. And it's really,
Well, that's entertainment business.
it's really this simple. This is what gets me that people don't get about football. It's a simple A and B. Can you win the Super Bowl with A, your coach, and B, your quarterback? Watch this. Will the Chargers, and I used to always say this to Jets fans, are the Jets ever going to win a Super Bowl with Ryan Fitzpatrick? You answered my question. Stop it.
Yeah. Right.
Are the Chargers ever going to win a Super Bowl with Philip Rivers? Yeah, but are they going to win with Mike McCoy? No, fire him. Are the Raiders going to win a Super Bowl with Jack Del Rio and Derek Carr?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well done. Watch this. Are the Patriots going to win a Super Bowl with Bill Belichick and Tom Brady? Don't waste my time.
Absolutely.
Are the Steelers going to win a Super Bowl with Roethlisberger and Tomlin? Don't waste my time. Watch this. Are the Chiefs going to win a Super Bowl with Andy Reid and Alec? Thank you.
No.
It's that simple an equation. Are they going to win one with porn star and Eli Manning? I'll give it a year. You can't.
You know what? But why?
But probably not.
Why do people hate on Eli Manning? He's won 2 Super Bowls.
They hate on him.
He gets it done. He gets it done.
They hate on
Right,
him
but his
because the way he
coach.
looks. It's so stupid.
I see you're saying the combo's not there
But it's
anymore.
that-
They look like
it's-
Tom Brady.
Would you say
It's
Eli
that
and
simple.
Coughlin? You have to say yes, right?
They did, yeah, but
Twice.
And I guess I should.
Against the Patriots.
And you have to give it a year because McAdoo's too soon to tell. But you know, what I mean? You watch. Watch this? Are the Jaguars ever going to win Super Bowl with Gus Bradley and Blake Bortles? No. But I think Bortles has to go and not Bradley. Are the Dolphins ever going to win a Super Bowl with Tannehill and no?
The Dolphins are never going to win a Super Bowl.
No. It's that simple.
They're hanging their hats on that
There are
72
more people
team.
in this room than at the stadium on Sunday.
It's really are the Niners ever going to win a Super Bowl with Blaine Gabbert?
No.
No.
And that coach doesn't belong in the NFL. So Chip Kelly, he doesn't.
No, I'm not. That's why I say Gabbert. I like Chip Kelly.
Do you really?
I don't love him, but I
But
definitely.
in the pros, I don't think pros adhere to that system. You know, they're lazy.
I loved Chip Kelly at Oregon. And you know what show I watch? The 2 best sports shows, in my opinion, on TV in order are PTI. And Colin Cowherd. I love the Herd. I love Colin Cowherd. And he like compared Reed. I keep flip flopping.
He also has that voice.
He compared Chip Kelly to Harbaugh, and like people don't like Harbaugh, but he gets results.
Yeah, I liked Harbaugh.
So, and I'm not saying Chip Kelly's the man. Don't you? But jury's still out on him, and I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt.
I'm saying his system. You know, I find it kind of funny that he goes to the Eagles and the Eagles take DeMarco Murray, who was the leading rusher, and all of a sudden the guy doesn't even like touch the ball. Like that's not a great coach.
Yeah, but DeMarco Murray had no chance because it was the first time in the history of football that the leading rusher in the league had gone to a new team, and it was a 2-pronged disaster. Because one, you're going from the Cowboys, who you know have the best offensive line, to the Eagles, who had the worst. So they're like, why is it going sideways? Because you're so used to, for 16 games, looking up and saying, which hole should I pick? Remember prom? Which hole should I pick?
I didn't get laid on prom night.
He wasn't having it.
I thought you were with your aunt. See, I went the other way.
Yeah.
So, and now you look up and you don't see anything. You're like, I guess there's, and you're next thing you know, you're running sideways. Two, you're beat to shit. So it just didn't work. But now he's doing great in Tennessee.
Great.
Really well.
Fine, great. He's kind of doing okay.
He's doing much better. I'll give you that. He's doing much. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And the Jews are the downfall of society. But that's it.
Oh, there it is. That's the Geno.
We're hanging out.
The Geno hook at the end.
All right, you know what comes next. You hear the
See
music.
the posters, Geno?
I love the
Isn't that
posters.
great?
Hanging up in here.
You're going to come to the Podfest next year.
Without it, if I'm in, why would I not? What? Let me ask. What did you? Did I not have an absolute great time at the thing?
Listen,
Why are you?
Not only
why are
did
you
you have
asking
fun.
me
That's
if it was?
him.
You keep asking me if it was any good. If I had fun. If I'm coming back,
If you
I
were-
had more fun than anyone there.
I'm just trying to have conversation. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
You're just following up. I understand. So go on.
Yeah, we're just. Yeah,
I thought it was great, and that's why.
100% success, I think.
Yeah, and that's why I was even. And I like the video component, how you were getting interviewed and stuff. That was fun.
I saw.
Oh, yeah,
There's
yeah.
a cut of that, and then he was in it very. It was great.
Yeah, I'll show it to you when we get closer to it. But it's a sales tape. We're
Without a doubt. Without a
trying
doubt.
to sell it. All right, top or bottom? 2 terms. It's third time on the show. You get it.
get
These
it.
2 things in a relationship. Which one's on the top? Which one's on the bottom? We'll start with you. We'll round table it. Geno Bisconte on decaf, or Geno Bisconte on high test.
High test is definitely
It's
top.
written high test, like TEST, but that's incorrect. Correct?
Well, I never heard of that.
Isn't
What
it
is
high tests?
No, it's high test. It's like gasoline. It's high test.
TEST.
Yes, high test.
Sydney, the fact checker.
Cha-ching.
Our fact checker. Fact
High
check
test.
that. I
Oh,
don't-
definitely.
But that is a.
Look,
That's
Frankie's coming over here to get on the computer right now.
I don't drink coffee.
Frankie would not.
So I don't know.
It's okay. I have a lot of gay friends. Doesn't drink
But I don't drink. I'm Italian. Isn't that like a sin? Yeah, I know. But like,
yeah.
is it called high test? Or you go in the store. Like,
High test.
Can you Google it real quick?
I don't even know.
I don't need to Google it. I'm right. And he
TST?
agrees with me. Yes.
Yes.
What
It's
does
like
that mean?
gasoline. It's a reference.
What is test short for?
It's just high test gasoline.
No,
like,
it's high on.
But like,
What?
if you go in a coffee shop and you
just-
say that, they know what you mean.
What's this? What
this
is test short?
conversation is bottom. High test is high octane coffee.
He put a whole new spindle.
In the old days, when you used to go to the service station, like the one that got
What can I get
wrecked,
you there,
and it's a
sir?
mad world, and they used
Yeah,
to
you
still
see? The
clean your
paper.
windshield,
Yeah.
they would say, do you want the high test? They wouldn't say hi Tess unless there was a woman driving it. That's it. Hi Tess.
I'm
Do you want
saying-
the hi test?
I'm saying test is short for something, and I don't think it's test. I think
It
it's
doesn't
test.
matter because I can't imagine anyone still listening at this point after that.
I'm going to say on high, Geno Bisconte on high test.
Yeah, why would you have me on decaf? Decaf is an offense to me. Why would you do that?
Yeah.
Listen, I didn't write it. She wrote it. Give
well,
her
she wrote
shit.
it. Well, she spelled it correctly.
I don't know if she did, but that's the jury's still out. And she's being
So
quiet, so I feel like I'm right.
You're not right.
Well, what is it short for?
How many times have I heard
It's-
people
it's not
say,
even
"Give
sure
me
for-
the high test. I want it strong." Generally, when a customer means is give me the darkest stuff you got.
About coffee.
You're talking
Always
about
I
coffee.
need-
I
what
say the
is
same thing at a
gasoline? Type in high test gasoline. All right, what is
Strong
test?
gasoline,
Oh my.
That's like
It
It
premium.
is. It's like the
It's
highest
like
octane. It's like the
ultra
highest
or premium.
tested.
Right.
What does test stand mean? Though short for
This is back
something,
when you had
man.
leaded gasoline. I think high-
Testosterone.
No, it's not
You're wrong.
testosterone.
You're
Top or bottom number 2.
Wait.
Premium.
What?
Premium. That's
What?
what it means. Premium.
Geno
so test
on
is short for premium.
premium coffee gas.
Yeah, that's not even a question. imagine?
I agree wholeheartedly.
McDonald's does a
I'm
good
not
cup of high
loving
test.
this test.
I gotta tell you, I drink a lot of high test.
She's
I'm a very
stalling because
energetic
I'm
guy.
right.
I'm not stalling at all. It's
There's
like, it's
no-
like the whole world has heard high test.
No one
before,
even-
except
I
for
never
you
did, 'cause I
two.
don't-
I'm
coffee.
only asking. I'm not arguing that. I'm asking what test is short for.
How would you spell it? High test?
That's what I say. You're saying test.
It's not
TSA.
short for
Because it
anything.
is.
It's not short for anything though.
No, it's
You're
high.
a goddamn host of a car show. You don't know the answer to this?
Well, I know what high test is, but we were talking about
No,
coffee.
you don't because you won't answer my question.
No, to coffee.
I don't care about the coffee.
High test is like ultra or premium
Look,
gas.
if you Google high test, the fourth choice after high testosterone in woman is high test gas.
Yeah.
That's all it says.
It's not short.
If you Google high test, it says that
Spell it.
podcast host is a moron.
Spell it.
HIGHTEST.
It's test.
Here's a website, Premium Fuel Futures, a primer on high test gasoline. Is it for you? That's the name.
yeah, I know the gasoline part. I didn't realize it was affiliated with coffee.
Urban Dictionary high test, old school term for premium high octane fuel. Hold on, let me. Oh no, we're done. That ended. Do you want to know the other three? Jerk, jerk, jerk.
Jerk.
Top or I was asking about the coffee anyway. Top or bottom number 2, Alec Baldwin's impersonation of Trump or Larry David's impersonation of Bernie Sanders?
I'm going to say Bernie Sanders is on top, and I'm going to say Baldwin's on the bottom just because the more I watch the current Saturday Night Live, the less I'm interested in it.
Even this last episode?
I didn't see this last episode.
It crushed.
It's hard- Oh, please.
It was really good, man.
Please.
I'm telling.
Okay.
Do you DVR it?
What's that?
Do you DVR?
I do. I
All
do.
right, so you watch Sunday Morning Recorded and tell me that it wasn't.
recorded.
It was awesome.
I might, but I'm just going to say Larry David because I like Larry David and he doesn't care. As he just shows up. He's like,
He
oh,
does.
you know? He's like, everything's an inconvenience to him. I fucking love that.
Frank, are you playing?
No, go ahead. Just you guys. There's not enough
Larry-
airwaves for me.
Larry David, I think he does a great Bernie Sanders.
But I gotta tell you, okay, that Derek D kid, he does a great Trump.
That-
okay?
that wasn't
It's
part of the
fantastic.
question, though. It was Alec
Alec
Baldwin.
I'm going to allow it.
I gotta
You're
tell
gonna
you.
allow it? Overruled.
I gotta tell you, Alec Baldwin's great. Okay, he's great. He's fantastic. You know what? He may be swinging the Hillary stupid side, but anyway, listen, I'm going with Derek D.
That was
Okay, Alec Baldwin on top.
Okay.
Okay, but only on top of his wife. No one else.
His wife's hot, right?
Who's
his wife's that
Derek,
crazy
She's a
Derek D's
smoke.
wife?
Derek
He's
D's
good, he's
wife.
good looking. Larry David. I say Larry David. I like what you said, man. He don't care. He doesn't even
care.
try to impersonate.
He's like, all right, I got
He doesn't need to because he actually
I
is.
got fucking nothing else
He's
to do.
Bernie Sanders'
Yeah.
brother.
All right, number 4. I think this one's going to strike a nerve. I hope it's on
Number 4, I thought that was 3.
That was number 3.
What was that? Was
2.
Oh, wow. Look at that. I skipped one because it's so boring of a number 3. Top or bottom, blogging or writing performance material?
Writing performance material top, blogging bottom. Because oh, what?
Wow, did you see that?
Frankie stepped up to the
That
mic
was
quick.
amazing. What?
Well, because since you two have been blogging so much, I thought you would have something to weigh in on.
Oh,
They've been blogging?
They have been.
Again,
you should
great
read these
blogger.
blogs that they
Sometimes I'll
write.
sit there having my decaf, fingering myself, writing my blog. And I'm kidding. I used to blog
It's
all
not
the time.
bad enough I have to edit these episodes. Now I have to edit the blogs.
I
too.
used to blog, but now I feel the practice because everything is the practice of writing. And literally, that show I was telling you that I do every week called In Hot Water with Aaron Berg on the Kumia Network. It's developed. We've done. This will be our 20th episode this week, and we've developed a rhythm where he comes out as so many characters. But I open every week with a topical rant, and it's great because I just write something that's bothering me that night. I wake up, actually, that the morning of, I've gotten in the habit of, and I just write it. I go take a shower, and then I know on the subway I can tweak it and make it funny and have a point. And I'm really enjoying the writing performance. That's what, I enjoy that. It's great.
That seems like it's more fulfilling on a quicker basis than writing a performance, right? Because you build that over time. That's not something that's paying off that every day.
I think what I'm saying is, for my part, is it's like once you once you realize that it's there, like it's such a, and I'm not trying to look, I'm not sitting here saying I'm fucking, David Taylor, Bill Burr, but it's just such a nice feeling to know that I've reached this muscle in my brain where I know that I can write that just from the constant repetition and dedication to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I used to write a blog years ago before it was even called a blog, I think. But it was just like, that's just me throwing stuff up out of my brain. Don't get me wrong, it's a whole nother type of art, but it's like, I just need to get that out because it's not direct. That's what it is. A blog for me isn't directed. It's like, get the fuck out.
Yeah.
And
I also hate the word blog. Like, I don't know. It's just like, I'm a blogger. Beat it, nerd. I like definitely writing performance material on top and blogging.
Let me ask you both this question. Do you get more, you're set from Podfest,
yes.
right? Do you get more performance from, and you're set from November 12th at the House of Independence. Do you get more performance of performing that and getting that feedback from the audience, something that you've been working on over time? Do you get more joy from that or from, waking up, writing that thing and delivering it to that podcast that week and getting that reaction from your co-host, and then your audience feeds back?
Oh, I would definitely. Without a doubt, right?
Yeah.
It's definitely the live feedback, but that's a great question because another thing is like, and this is when I write roast jokes and stuff like when you do stand up, you need that feedback because you're like, it's funny, but I need these people to laugh to make it funny.
To know that it's funny.
To know that it's funny. That the tree in the woods, once that makes it funny. Even though it's funny on paper, it's not funny until they laugh. But when I write like a roast joke or my rant and I laugh while I'm writing it, look, this is not me being some arrogant, oh my God, but it's almost like someone else, it comes through my brain and it's almost like someone else said it to me. Yeah. And I'm like that 9/11 joke I wrote about the Jets. When I wrote it, I was like, this is, and that's
gold. It's gold, Jerry.
It's gold, Jerry. And it's that's why I really like that question. It's great. It's like the feedback you get as stand-up, it's the addiction. It's why we do it. But there's also something to be said about when you write and because you have to be your biggest fan and your worst critic, and you have to write through the garbage when you're doing it. But when you get to the gold, and you've earned the gold because you work through the shit. You don't just sit down and you might think of a funny joke, but you've got to work to the whole body of it.
It's so funny too because I was looking through my 2 comedy notebooks, and I was looking at stuff from
4 pages each. Just amazing.
Just 4 pages each, yeah.
And if you take out the word knock knock, 2 pages.
Right, it's still in a Trapper Keeper too. Don't let him fool you.
Absolutely, and it's written.
I love Derek. He's like, I'm gonna tell this story. Fuck.
Don't make me take my Trapper Keeper out of my Jansport
and it's written.
Backpack. Okay,
it's written in gigantic magic marker. So but no, I was like looking at older jokes from like 2009, even to 2004, and I'm just like, this would be so terrible now. Yeah. Like even just because it's outdated.
Yeah. Right.
But like there was some stuff I looked at like, oh, this could be revisited and tweaked and go back, which is cool to look at. But yeah, I'm going writing performance material on top.
I'm going to disagree with both of you. I'm going to say blogging.
Really?
Yeah, I feel like the way my mind works, like I just like to spew it onto the page.
No.
Or like verbal diarrhea. You know what I mean?
Well, that's what Geno was saying too. Just like to get it out.
Yeah, but I also don't love the getting up on stage. I don't love it per se. I like getting up on stage like I did for the Rangers where it was edited. Like I still did live stuff for them, but for the most part, I was doing live stuff for tape, for air. Yeah. You know what I mean? Where you can go back in and fix a stutter or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I didn't love going, I don't love doing it like straight up live.
Yeah, well, like Geno.
What's the line from Anna and Alex's line? Get it down. I can't think of the line.
I don't know what you're talking about. But like Geno
if I get it down on all paper, it's no longer inside me, threatening the life it belongs to. That's what you're saying about blogging.
Yeah.
But like,
whatever happened to Anna and Alec? Did she call? All right, go on. What?
I don't know. No, but I was saying like Geno could go on stage for an hour and 10 minutes and crush and just do stand up with a microphone. Like me, I'm more of like I hate to do characters. I need to have video involved. I want to do the singing parody. Like that's more my style. That's why I wouldn't.
That's how I have sex.
Class myself.
Video,
singing,
parody,
outfits, and video. Yeah.
Don't forget parody.
Parody, mostly parody.
Yeah. Did you see the roast of Ann Coulter? Sorry.
I didn't see that.
You know, I actually
For
Did
who?
you really?
For who?
I wrote one. I wrote one joke for whatchamacallit that she used. Our girl Nikki Glazer.
Love her.
But how do you get so okay?
Which joke?
But how did you like? who-
Trump. What's his name? Jeffrey Ross is like Hitler. No one in America gave a fuck about him until he started roasting people.
Shocker that
So
you
no,
wrote a
so
Hitler
like
joke.
how-
And it gets even better. The check for it came on Monday, and I wrote her a thank you because she was great. She was great, and I said, what's better than getting paid for a Holocaust joke on Rosh Hashanah?
But how that work? Like, did you know her and she reached out like Geno? Could you write?
Actually,
or was it somewhat like
a friend of mine that knew she was asking for jokes said, Bonnie McFarlane's like, I'm going to send her this joke. And I was like, and she's like, do you mind? I said, no. And I didn't, this is why Nikki's awesome. I didn't even care, you know, and she reaches out to me. She's like, hey, that joke killed. I'm sending you money. And I'm going to be honest. I watched it. It was not even top 15 of her jokes. Her jokes were fucking.
Yeah, she's
did she
good.
write most of her jokes? you
Yeah,
think?
yeah, oh yeah.
Oh,
she
okay.
does.
Yeah, because like sometimes
She's
like,
she's one of those people that's like, yeah, and then you'll send her jokes. She'll be like, yeah, those are great. Mine
Yeah.
are better, but thank you. You're very good.
but I just hate sometimes when like you find out like these very talented comedians
Well, you know,
who, like have all these ghostwriters behind her. It's like,
Oh
what the
yeah,
fuck?
but you know who? I don't care if he did or didn't. You
But
know,
no, like Martha Stewart crushed on the roast a few years
she had-
ago.
oh, yeah.
But she had writers, but her delivery was, and that's fine. But she's not a stand-up, or she's not a comedian.
Same thing with
Yeah.
Peyton Manning, but that's why these people are idiots. Peyton Manning saying, you know who I loved? Rob Riggle. Rob Riggle.
Oh, well,
he's funny.
because he's not. Here's the thing. He didn't say, "Oh, I'm a stand-up." He's a crazy comedic actor.
And he was crazy.
And he was a crazy comedic actor,
Yeah.
and he's tagging his own jokes. Bam, Beetlejuice, and I'm like, this guy's great.
Yeah, that's smart, right? You
Oh, I
gotta
loved
look at
him.
that, a whole pile of paydays.
Whoa! 3 paydays in the middle of the table.
Send a
Compliments of
picture
Frankie.
to Sal of me eating one, going like, "Look, watch this."
Top or bottom number 4, Steve Largent.
Steve Largent top.
Google it, everybody.
Please. Number 80, wide receiver, hates gays. Would have won could have ran for president if he didn't veto chicken cockfighting. Not the kind you think of while you're blogging. All right.
That was directed to Mike.
Unless the next one is Dan Fouts, Largent's top. But go on.
Odell Beckham Jr.
Oh, God. Top and none. And trust me, Odell Beckham Jr. is a bottom. Eventually, he'll admit it.
I gotta go.
Do you even know who Steve Largent is?
Chargers?
No,
No,
wide
man.
receiver.
Oh no,
Seahawks.
wide receiver for the back in the
Why
day,
would
yeah.
you bring? Why Steve Largent?
I was going more with like a respectful
I don't know why- yeah, I
human
knew
being
West
that played
Coast.
the
I was-
game the right way versus an asshole.
But he.
There's many players you could have picked.
Well, I chose Steve Largent because
He's
I
my-
knew Geno would respect
He's one of
that.
my brother's favorite players ever.
as much as I hate the Cowboys, you could even say like
He's
Aikman.
not. He wasn't
But
a Cowboy.
Steve Largent is one
I
of
know.
those-
I said as much as I hate the. You could have said Aikman or something like
But
that.
Steve
He's a
Largent is one
quarterback.
of those Christian fundamentalists who thinks gays are ruining society.
Is
and
he
probably,
really?
He probably thinks women have one less rib than men.
I didn't know that. Well, that adds to the.
But
top
I'll
and
give him
bottom
a
now,
bone to even it out.
Geno Bisconte, everybody. Hey,
I know your answer.
I already said Odell because he's a
Yeah.
giant, but I like Steve Largent. That's right. I don't know.
Largent's a
I should
legend.
remember that Seahawks.
Steve Largent on top. Number 5, the podcast table or the stage. Obviously, we know where this is going.
Stage.
Yeah.
And I love podcasting. And payday bars.
Payday bars are delicious. You can't eat a payday on stage.
You could.
I guess
Do
you
whatever
can.
I want. It's your show.
You can.
Performance art.
Yeah. That's very Andy Kaufman like. Like he would just stand up there and eat like a
Yeah.
bar. He was, you know.
Are you going to Derek's show?
Yeah, I've seen Derek.
Are you going to Derek's show?
Oh, wait, what show?
He's having a one-man multimedia comedy festival.
No,
what
I
are you
didn't-
having? What are you calling it?
It's a one-man multimedia comedy show.
When is it?
November 12th.
Thanks for the invite.
House
Man,
of
a
House
lot.
Independence.
I haven't invited any. I mean, I've just been promoting it. I haven't
November
really.
12th? Should we make a thing of it?
Yo, it's a thing, dude. It's a thing. I got an outfit planned.
Hold
and
on,
everything.
let me see if I have any spots. No. All right. Wait, is it a weekend?
I don't know.
Oh,
Saturday.
I'm open. Is it a Saturday? All right.
It is.
He didn't even
Yeah.
ask you to open for him.
Why would I could?
No, but we're gonna ask you to do man on the street PBR style.
Oh shit, that's actually a good idea.
Dude, I'll
man.
block. I think
Why do you
I'll
sound
check my
surprised?
book, but if I'm open, I would do that.
No,
That'd
I'd
be
love
fun.
for you to come for real.
Why-
I'm really.
It's us hanging out, right? I mean, that's never any fun.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I said, it's there's video, there's parody, and there's stand up and all that stuff. But it's
Really?
I've been working on it for like 9 months.
Now-
Shot in L.A., New Orleans.
Now, do me and Frankie sit behind a wall going "sock it to me" or something? Do we?
you hit the
The
you're
gong.
on the drums.
You got the
He's a Yeah, no, I would love for you to come. And
I'll
stage
check
is
my
on
book.
top.
I'm not kidding. I'll check it.
Taylor Allen's opening up for Derek. Your boy Taylor.
I had to text him back. He texted. Taylor was. Oh, he was the one getting us drinks and stuff the whole time.
He didn't pay for them, but yeah, he was getting them.
Weren't we allowed
Just
to?
saying. Yeah.
All right,
Totally,
whatever.
totally.
What?
Douches.
I didn't drink anything.
Yeah, well, good.
whatever.
Good.
Well, you probably all that decaf filled you up. Ugh.
Ugh, I don't drink coffee, but I will have a payday.
All right, so listen.
opening it up?
Listen.
I'm opening up a payday.
Well, you gonna open?
It's like he's doing some campsite story. Oh, and the fire was crackling.
Are you ready for a game?
Yeah,
We just played one.
Did we?
Well, that was more of a conversation.
If I had a penny for every time my uncle told me that before I went limping away.
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
Too soon?
Wah, wah.
I don't know if I want to play it.
Come on.
We're playing it.
Don't play it.
Why?
Frankie's great. Frankie's like, don't do me any fucking favors.
You just said you don't.
No, I was totally busting your. I knew you'd get upset about it. So I don't know how these episodes are flowing, but we've been getting back to the game pretty readily. We played Askville with Quincy Mumford.
Yeah.
What else did we just play? We just played some other stuff with somebody else. And tonight we're going to play What's in the Box?
Oh, God. What's in the box? Oh, God.
That's good.
No. Oh, God.
You know how What's in the Box is played?
I think we played this once.
Did we play it with Gino? Every time he comes on, we play What's in the Box?
I
No,
think you did.
I did it.
I think you
No.
brought the item.
I brought the item, and it was terrible, apparently.
What was
Oh, it
it?
was a penny.
Yeah, see, that's how you
It
know
was
that
the penny.
They remember. Oh, yeah, I think we stopped doing What's in the Box for months after that.
Oh.
Because Gene brought it to its fucking...
Was that his first time on the show, though?
I don't remember.
Yeah, not a second.
You're asking me 60%.
Oh,
we
my
should
niece
we
just-
should have made a game Gino or Gino.
My niece just texted me.
Gina, or no.
Gino. But we're playing What's in the Box tonight, and I put the item in the box. So the way this works for those people who may not have heard the game before, I'm going to give a brief description. You guys are going to guess. I'm going to give a hint. You're going to guess. I'll give 3 hints, and then whoever
there.
gets in the whoever guesses what it is gets what's in the box.
Gets a payday.
Gets a payday. You
And
ready to
it's
play?
in this box currently?
It's currently in the box. Please do not
A piano.
pick
It's a
the box
piano.
up. It's a miniature penis. Brief description. The item delivers both a critique and a request. Wow, speech impediment. From the wisest human that I know.
We're playing What's in the Box with Geno Bisconte.
A critique and a...
A critique and a request from the wisest person I know.
A critique.
He's
and-
looking at me.
I thought he was looking at the dog.
I was hoping you'd mouth the answer.
This is only the first. You got 4 more coming.
Magic 8 Ball. I thought that was good. The fact that you're laughing hysterically at me means it was not good at all. It was decidedly
Say
bad.
that hint one more time.
This is the description. The item delivers both a critique and a request from the wisest person I know, human I know.
Hold on. You don't have to guess. You get to ask a question.
Oh, you get to ask a question. I forgot how to play the game.
Yeah, we're
That's
not
right.
guessing yet.
Sorry. You get to ask a
Okay,
question.
is it a Magic 8 Ball?
No. Okay, Derek.
Is it cocaine?
I'm the worst at this game. Why do you keep letting me come back? I do invite
Is it
myself,
so-
I'm going to be honest.
We had the door locked.
Is
I
it
have the address saved in my phone.
is it something you carry around with you all the time?
You could. Currently, it's in the box, so no.
It's very vague.
Hint number 1. So no, it's not a Magic 8 Ball, and sometimes you can carry it.
That
around.
wasn't even a hint. That was a...
That was the description.
This, hold on, I'm checking my chair for a seatbelt because this is just out of control.
This item is directly related to the Asbury Park Comedy and Podcast Festival. It's got a payoff here.
All righty. Directly related.
Yeah.
The item is?
This item is.
It's all the refunded tickets.
Mute. Mute. No.
All right, so it's some weird cryptic thing that you said first, and what was that? Say that thing again.
Oh my God, can you pay attention and get
I
off
am,
your
but
phone?
I'm not on it.
You're taking selfies and Snapchatting.
This is definitely not the penny this time, right? It's not a
no,
penny.
it's not.
This item is directly related to the Asbury Park Comedy and Podcast Festival.
Does it? Is it a paper form?
Yes, it is. It is paper form. Hint number 2. Frankie, you might want to give them cards or maybe not. Hint number 2. The item, although offensive in nature, comes from the heart only the way a mother can deliver it.
A mother. A paper.
Comes from the heart only the way a mother can deliver it.
Is your mother Italian? Then it's poison pen.
I think all of our mothers are Italian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, is it multiple pages?
No.
Damn it.
Get out of here. Does it cost money to buy?
No, it definitely doesn't cost money to buy.
Oh,
No,
here we
not at all. The final hint. So let's break it down. It's not a Magic 8 Ball.
It's paper.
guessing it
Paper.
again.
You carry around with you
It's not multiple
sometimes.
pages.
But
you
it
can carry
could
around
be
sometimes.
a Magic 8 Ball now because it could have changed into one because it's magic.
Well, if it were magic. It's not magic. Now you're cheating.
I meant an 8 ball of cocaine, by the way.
Oh,
that
that-
would be magical right now.
Oh, no, it's definitely not a Magic 8 Ball.
right.
No.
Oh, for 2 with this fucking game.
Hint number 3. An urgent need for Starbucks black coffee the morning after a wild night out is what got us here. Well, not us, Geno, but you.
An urgent.
Do you have a copy of this, Frank? I think it'd be better played if you, you know what I mean?
Gotcha.
So it's something like with your mother and coffee and
Directly related to the Asbury Park Comedy Podcast Festival.
That's what's throwing me off. What?
this is... Mine was so easy, you knew it after 2. It's copper and has a president on it that rhymes with Minkin. I don't know. Is it a Magic 8 Ball? It's a mother's... It's a coffee cup that says #1 mom.
No, man. I really thought he was going to say it.
Close.
Oh, we got to guess.
No, he was supposed to be asking a question, but
Oh, does it? Yeah, does it hold something?
it does hold something. It holds
A
emotion.
critique and a request.
Yeah, it said that. Oh, one of the dogs, seriously.
I'm thinking like liquid or something.
It's not liquid. Now, how do you want to play this?
It's made of paper. You said that.
So are paper cups.
It's a plaque that says #1 son from mom.
No.
It's gonna be something from my mother.
Should they guess for it? They should.
Yeah.
All right, take a final guess,
Final guess.
and then we'll let you know what's in the box.
Just to review, you want to review?
Go ahead.
It delivers both a critique and a request from the wisest person Michael knows. It's directly related to the Comedy and Podcast Festival, our festival. Although it is offensive in nature, it comes from the heart only the way an Italian mother can deliver it. And the urgent need for black Starbucks coffee the morning after a wild night out is what got us here. Well, not us, Geno, but you.
It's a bottle of Sambuca.
He's just completely given up. Derek?
don't know.
I feel like it has something to do with Frankie, but Gino's looking. I feel like it has something to do with Frankie, but I don't know what the object would be.
Is it in there?
Please don't tell me you relate me to a mother.
No, I don't.
I mean,
No, I don't. But it was something like
Yeah.
related to the show, and like you got him here, and
Derek, you final guess?
I
I think we should have Geno do the honors.
All right.
I don't-
Final guess. Final guess.
I don't know. A ticket for the show.
It's not a ticket for a show. Do I say what it is, or we just kind of?
Yeah, go ahead. Well, no,
Oh.
you know what? Let's have Geno.
Okay, hold on one second.
Read
Hold
it
on.
first, 'cause
Hold on a sec. We'll have him read it.
Wait, don't read it yet.
Okay.
Right?
Don't
Yeah.
read it yet.
I don't know. For those of you who are wondering, what I just saw come out of the box was a piece of paper with writing on it. So,
Dick in a box. Should
Yeah.
have said that.
yeah, just so give you guys the visual, it was a piece of paper,
We're
8.5 by 11, out of the What's in the Box PBR box. And now we're outside on a beautiful sunny
That was
day.
good. Whenever you're ready, man.
I thought I was waiting for music.
You
or
were.
something.
You were, but it's like bad production.
Really?
Just
That's
terrible.
Play a
Okay.
closer. All right.
Now we're
It
gonna
is a piece of paper with the PBR letterhead spot. Wait,
Start
no,
down below.
where do I start? Dear Geno.
Dear Geno.
So this is there's the clues. Dear Geno, I headed out with I headed out with on a beautiful.
Today, Junior.
Man, you're making fun of my speech.
It says I headed out with on a beautiful Sunday afternoon to see my baby boy.
It does.
Michael's big show, the Asbury Park Comedy and Podcast Festival. I took my seat in the luxury VIP boxes down front so I could get a good view of Michael's performance. He's so talented and so handsome. My Michael. I was having the most lovely time at the show when you took the stage. Let me say, young man, you have a special brand of comedy. Where were you raised? A barn? I have never, ever, in all my life, heard anything so outrageous. You successfully offended every single person in the room, most of all me. I demand an apology. Sincerely, Mrs. Partridge.
Yes.
Your mother was offended?
Do you remember? She got up to use the restroom and you yelled at her and called her Miss Partridge. You probably don't even remember.
I do remember.
I do.
I said if you're going for more than 3 minutes, you're taking a shit. She loved that. She didn't.
Oh, that was my mom. I love it.
Apologize to Michael's mother, who, as I recall, got a good little giggle out of it.
Oh,
Yo,
yeah.
she definitely did. You remember you told me about that, but there was no way I was gonna guess
That's
that.
right.
I
was
really
in the
thought
box.
you were coming around it, like piece of paper, you put it in your pocket, something from your mom. I thought you guys were gonna.
Yeah, but I didn't. I remember the story, but I wouldn't have. Like, I'm thinking like an object of some sort. I wasn't, and I was thinking of Frank because, like, she would produce the show and making sure everything was right the next day and the before. So like the motherly of the show thing. But I don't look at you as like a mom.
Thank you.
She loved it. My mother loved it, but we thought it would be a good play.
I love stuff like that,
You know
though.
what I
That's
mean?
fantastic.
Yeah.
Like when I first did comedy, I've told this story before, but the first time I ever did comedy, I did great, but I wasn't funny. I did it at some gig where I knew everyone, so everyone laughed, and I'm like, I'm so funny, you know? So
Yeah.
now I'm all cocky and full of myself, and I go do a show in front of no one I know, and I bomb, and my mother, when I was talking about how badly I did, like, I'm just shocked, you know? It's like, it's so funny. I'm like,
Yeah.
And my mother doesn't sugarcoat it and be like, oh, they were wrong, baby. They were wrong. You're afraid. She goes, tell me the jokes you bombed with, baby.
Yeah.
It's like one of the. I'm like, all of them. She's like, I know, baby. You were terrible, weren't you? I was. Yeah.
Same thing happened to me. It's like the same thing. The first show, killer. And I go back and it was like 8 people there.
Is your mom coming the 12th?
Yes. And actually, the second time I ever did stand up was in like it was like a comedy club, and then next door was a strip club. And it was like it was at Don't Tell Mama. Used to be a club in the city.
Don't tell mom.
What mom would always say to me, and I get it now, and I say this. She's like, she would always say if you didn't, she's like, quit. She'd be like, quit. But you know, it would just whatever it was, it would just drive. Oh, I don't like school. Quit. And she'd be like, "What are you?" They're like, "Hey, quit." Well, then don't
put
stupid.
just put it in your court,
Yeah,
man.
it's like I don't. But like, if I'm like, I don't like this job. Like, I worked at Burger King one summer. Mom, I don't like this. Quit. Okay, I'm gonna quit. Okay, quit. She's like, whatever you quit, that's up to. It's on you. It's not like you're gonna quit and be like, ha ha. Once you quit, you have to do something else. So.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't know what she's like, quit. I'm like, I'm not going to quit. She's like, I know.
They call you out. Like, do you really have the balls to do it?
That was my ex. She was like, I don't like quit. She's like, you can't keep saying quit. Just quit.
Just quit.
She's like, some people need to have a job. I'm like, I don't know what that means. I don't get that.
What
Or have their show canceled. But what were you gonna say?
oh, here
What
we go.
your show got?
Here we
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, but you had a great run. How long was it?
9 years. Great run. The way it ended, very shitty.
Yes, that's the problem. Because my video, these Geno Picks, this is the 9th season. This is the first season I'm doing this badly.
Oh, it's
because of you.
happening.
You've screwed up the universe.
Not me, Time Inc.
Ah, whatever.
Bigger things and better things
If
will,
it
will
didn't
happen.
get canned
right?
after you put me on last year talking about an orange Sonic and hookers, I mean, how does the show survive that?
No, that was
extra year?
great. That was one of the highlights.
That was a good time.
You were on FLD last year?
I was on FLD nights.
Yeah, we had
Oh,
this
okay,
with this like pilot of 4 episods. I thought it was great, and then
I had a blast.
I did too.
As I say with everything, I had a blast with them. They canceled. They quit. They said we're quitting.
You know what's funny? I was going through our Twitter feed and FLD popped up, and they changed. First of all, I think they changed the logo on it.
changed the
but
logo
you know,
to-
the website goes to drive.com.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Oh,
For real? I did not know that.
Scandalous.
How many Twitter followers roughly did FLD have before cancellation?
Over 20 something. That was
Yeah, it's down to like 10,000. So half of the people
a lot of
jumped
people
ship.
left. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know people unfollowed stuff.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh,
like
yeah.
that. Like you know, like I'm sure I follow things that I don't, follow anymore, so to speak.
Yeah, well, we were very like audience driven. Well, not
Yeah.
audience driven, but like, but it was more of just people really enjoyed the show for what we did, and I guess what I kind of brought to it. But then, yeah, they were pissed. I mean,
Yeah, I
I
can
found
see
out a
that.
day before. Then the next day, I mean, that's some bullshit.
Yeah, but everything happens for a reason, right?
I agree,
At
I agree.
least, I'm actually taking a step back with the videos this year. Not like I'm taking a step back, but last year I was doing videos for this company, and they were paying me to do a lot.
I remember, yeah, you were
yeah,
saying.
and it was great. It was great, but it was also exhausting because I would literally have to, between the sports sheet I would do like one every night. Sometimes I'd do two, wake up in the morning, run and do the podcast. And this year and they're great. They're like, yeah, we don't have it in the budget to pay you this year. And the first thing I did was I was like, oh, that's great. No worries. I said, I wanted to thank you because I got so much out of it last year. I knew I could do it every day. I could do it for multiple sports. I got into the rhythm. I knew if that.
Yeah.
But it was also a relief. But then it's like, and this ties into what it's like, all right, well then what's next? Like I'm doing the videos now and I do one college, one football, and it's great. And it's the same thing as that writing performance I was talking about. It's like, I know if I just listen to football during the week, listen to like Coward, PTI, NFL Live, whatever, I'm like, I'll get to the McDonald's, the one right near the studio that I go to. I'll sit, have my coffee, and the jokes will come out, the 9/11, all that. And it's like, but then you have to do the next thing. Otherwise, we're bored, and you did that 9 years. Like, it was great, but
Yeah, it
you
might have
weren't
been-
reinventing the wheel.
it might have been
no
time for it to
disrespect.
end, I agree.
I can't give you a better compliment than you can't fake how much fun I had when I did that show last year. You were great at it, but what's next? Let's do something else.
No, I'm with you.
What the fuck? I'm bored with you, dude.
I always say that he winked at me. I always say though that
You're breaking the wall. All right, go.
maybe it was time, but just the way it ended was so.
Yeah, but
shitty.
why focus on that when you were so fucking good at it for so long?
Yo, how do
thank
you? Is there something you want me to read? I will in 1 sec. I want to ask this
I'm
question.
keeping the letter from your mother, by the way.
You can keep it.
I swear to God, I'm keeping
I was going
this.
to call her too, but I can't.
Tell
the
her
phone on it.
Just
doesn't
remember the face I made. Tell her it made my day. I love stuff like that.
work. The joke, the 9/11 joke, right?
Yes.
Brilliant joke.
yes.
New joke.
Yes.
How are you concerned, or how do you protect it? Do you tweet
I
it?
don't.
What do you mean you don't?
Simply put, I find that there's certain there's no. I had a tweet the other day. Someone said someone stole one of my jokes. Like when you're writing jokes, and I've always said people that accuse you of stealing jokes are usually the people that aren't writing new stuff and they need to hoard the 7 jokes they have, and claim those are own. But when you do a joke a certain way, there's no questioning it's yours. You know what I mean?
because-
There's no look, people are like, well, why don't you tweet your jokes on Twitter? I'm like, no, because everything I do is in that moment. And like my act is my act and people know my act. And I've actually had people say like, oh, I've heard a joke like that. I'm like, I don't even care. Either I know it's mine and I keep doing it because I'm daring someone to say that's not my joke, or it's like it's not that special to me and I'm writing more stuff and it gets forgotten. You know what I mean? But
and at the same
I'll
time,
tell you, cars.com stole one of my jokes flat out years ago. And I can't find it, but I know it's on there. I just have so many goddamn videos.
Cars.com.
What do you do?
I said a joke because people, and I said it earlier, people always, this is what people do in gambling, and I hate it. They're like, this game's a trap game. And they say it's a trap game. Like, perfect example. The Steelers are laying 7, to the Jets, and they're like, oh, that's a trap game. That's
Yeah.
a trap game. They're trying to trick you because the Jets are bouncing back. And you know why they say that 20 times before Sunday? Because because on the rare occasion that does happen in the Jets cover, they can't wait to scream, I told you it was a trap game.
Yeah.
But when the Steelers blow them out like everyone expects, it's forgotten, So I said that once. I'm like, stop saying this is a trap game. It's a football game. A trap game is when your wife asks you if you think her sister is hotter than she is. That's a trap game. And Cars.com 2
used
years ago did that ad. The guy's on a lie detector because you need more drama. And the wife's like, ask me anything. She's like, do you think my sister's better looking than me? And the guy rips off his thing and laughs. Like, but I'm not, but here's the thing. And maybe it's parallel thinking, Amy Schumer crook. Maybe but I don't care because it's like, it's not like my job is, and I'm very lucky. Wake up every day saying, like, I tell you, I wake up every day waiting for someone to walk in my apartment and be like, you can't do this anymore. You can't keep robbing the universe. How are people paying you to just do what you do?
Hey man, because you're good.
Yeah, but it's like as long as I'm writing new jokes, I'm not looking in the rearview mirror saying, hey, was that my Was that my joke?
Right.
Was that my?
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, look, this, and that's what I say about these football videos. It drives me nuts that no one picks up. It's just like, well, you know, what if that joke's going to get old? No. Pro sports gives us a never-ending supply of material, even when it's off. The universe heard me once because that's why I do a sports sheet every day. I get to sit there and write jokes about sports stories every fucking day because the universe, there's a never-ending supply. So.
Yeah.
It's like if you're worried about your jokes being, then what are you looking at? You're looking at behind you, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, don't get me wrong, I marvel at these guys like Bird that he's like, yeah, he just talks, he's such an incredible joke writer that he's like, yeah, so I got the Netflix special coming up next month, you know, I'd like to do it every 2 years, I like to do a Netflix. I'm like, what? That's amazing. But that's just how his brain is wired. My brain is wired like, look, I'm going to break down some football. I'm going to do my stand-up, you know. I'm going to do my sheet. I'm going to go to L.A., do some, and everything will just take care of itself. How do you know? I don't know. I'm not allowed to ask because it just keeps doing it. Today was ridiculous out of the blue. It's like you sent me that. Frankie sends me a text like last week, and I'm like, all right, Wednesday, and I call my producer. And I'm like, hey, can we do the shoot Wednesday? And then my niece calls me 2 days later. Uncle Geno, you never come see us. You want me to come Wednesday? Uncle Geno's amazing.
Wait, where do they live?
Universal Line.
And they're like at 45 minutes from here in Jersey. So well, we're in Jersey, but I'm going to go there, watch some baseball, hang out with the niece and nephew, which is like heroin. Everything. Who's better than Uncle Geno? No one is ever better than Uncle Geno. No one.
That's awesome.
great.
Yeah.
Speaking of,
and again, because the universe eventually we're like, you can't keep. I can keep.
I think like my nephew thinks the same thing of me.
Oh,
Like,
I can't imagine he doesn't.
I just posted a video of me driving him off to school in a Ferrari, and he was the coolest kid at school that day.
Duh.
Like absolutely.
I have another roommate and he's older than all, but he's the funniest guy in the apartment. And I feel like my nephew.
Are you still in Harlem?
Yeah, and I just laugh at everything, and I'm like, you can never hang out with my nephew because he'll think you're funnier than me. And the fact that the fact that I'm laughing just as hard as he is will seal the deal. Because if you're like this guy, I'm like, I know he's hilarious. One time,
How old are they now?
14. She's 14, and he's 12. She's in high school.
It's a good age.
And I will show her pictures. I showed her one 2 days ago. Of when she was, I'll never forget, 1 year old. It was one of the most, she's a year old, okay? And I've always been nuts because she's the older one and she's perfect. She's my niece. And, you know, I'd always go see her and there's pictures of me holding her. But the first day, my sister-in-law was like, you got to come down. Your niece is walking. I'm like, no way. So, and this isn't something you realize till the moment it happens. So we're literally this far apart, right? And my sister-in-law puts my niece down. She sees me and she walks to me. Let me say that again. She doesn't have me grab her and pick her up. She's like, and she walks to me, and I'm like, oh my God, I could have stopped bullets. I'm like, and I have that picture of me holding her up, and I showed it to her. She's like, when was that, Uncle Geno? I'm like, that was 2 days ago, Danielle. 2 days ago, I said you couldn't get older than 5, and you're 14, Danielle.
Oh man.
But, you know, it's just so funny that, you know, it's like they're just everything I do. They're like, no, they're my sister-in-law has them just whatever Uncle Geno does. He needs you to like, okay, we like it. It's just great.
You follow me on social media, Uncle Geno?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great, right? that I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, my nephew's on like Instagram and stuff. He added me on Snapchat. I'm like, you're 9, block.
Yep. He doesn't want to see shirtless pictures of his uncle in his underwear.
I don't do that on
Crouched
Snapchat.
over like you. I don't know. I
never
mean, I
done
see him
that.
all over Twitter.
You just DM them to me. What? That's weird. Did I?
We put speaking of social media, we said to the PBR posse, look out, Daddy's coming.
Oh.
Tweet him up. So we got more nice things about you than questions.
I gave one of your listeners, what's her name, Amy, who's great. She's
coming on the November 12th.
She's one of the best.
Yeah, she's
and
great.
She sends me a message. She's like, "Why didn't you tell me you were on?" And I love just busting her chops because I'm like, of all the things going on in my life, you know, private and public, why do you think the top of my list is I better let Amy know I'm on PBR? And she just goes, "Somebody's sassy today."
She's great. Love that pink tank top.
Yeah.
Let me see. So Julia on Twitter said, getting to meet and see Geno perform
Julia, yeah.
was awesome. Ask him if he'll do a show in Philly. Please, Daddy.
Yeah, I will definitely do a show in Philly. It's just, I'm talking to the guy. They just opened that new club, and God, you could see when the last time I talked to him was. Because my buddy Joe
new club in Philly?
There's
What's
a
the
new
name of
club in Philly. I can't remember now. Joe DeRosa did it, and I sent the guy an email, and I don't know if he got back to me and I forgot or not. But yeah, I'll be there soon.
Comedy stops are making a comeback, man. It's like the 80s.
Frankie's looking up. There's a new club.
Punchline Philly?
Punchline Philly.
Right? Like, remember,
I'll be there
Rascals
soon.
used to be everywhere. I
Yeah.
feel like it's coming back, right?
Yeah.
Next we're gonna
Rascals
get-
in Ocean Township. There was all kinds of legal stuff going on there. That was a mess.
Celeste.
Rascals in Montclair.
Well, that's still isn't there?
I don't think it is. No,
There's no Rascals at all.
I don't believe so.
I thought
that
there was
me or
one
you?
still.
Frankie burped. Oh, it smells like
Our girl
scotch.
Celeste said he was by far one of my favorites at the Podfest. Wasn't sure what to expect, but he killed it. So funny.
I killed it.
You did, man. You crushed.
I had a good time. Well, that's also what I yell when I finish a shot of whiskey. I killed it. It's a good time.
And Taylor Allen said, when are we drinking again?
Ah!
Is it going to be on our dime again? Next time you guys drinking?
November 12th. We are running up another bar tab and not paying.
Actually, no. Run it up.
Some guy asked my thoughts on Ryan Howard. I saw you didn't see that tweet.
I didn't see that one. What do you think of Ryan Howard?
Phillies?
The Phillies break my heart. They were such a great team, but they got so old so fast. And I feel like it's me. And I know when you're a fan of certain teams, you only see what can go wrong. Because as bad as the Chargers were this past Sunday, turning the ball over on 2 consecutive offensive plays. The Browns turned the ball over on 3 consecutive drives to lose the game. But I feel like the Chargers that never won a Super Bowl when they had that incredible team because, Marty Schottenheimer can't coach in the postseason. The Eagles, God forgive me, the Phillies were the same way. Charlie Manuel should have won with that pitching staff and that offense. He only won 1 World Series. They should have won so many more. And I loved Ryan Howard. That contract they signed him to became, that's what he's going to be remembered for. I mean, not that he won the MVP, not the incredible numbers he put up, but just that contract became just an albatross, and they couldn't unload him. And then he put up big numbers at the end of this season. He always puts up numbers when it doesn't matter. And I keep saying the Phillies are eliminated, so he's playing, and he's going to sign on with the American League team. He's going to be a DH. I wish him well, but he just doesn't. He hasn't been right since the ankle surgery. Since he tore that friggin' muscle off the thing. Miss him. You know what I really enjoyed, and I'm sure this guy will get it. Jimmy Rollins last night was behind the desk for TBS. I think he's going to be behind the desk for the pre and post game shows. For all the TBS games. J-Roll, Philly, shortstop, legend.
Oh, really?
No,
Yeah.
No.
No.
First ballot Hall of Famer.
I don't watch baseball.
Number 11.
I don't really watch too
J-Roll.
much baseball
What
anymore
is
either.
wrong with you Nazis? Stop blogging and drinking decaf.
This is a Mets house.
I don't do neither.
I want you to blow everybody's minds. This episode's not going to air for 2 weeks.
You know
right?
the Giants win the Super Bowl. I don't know what's wrong with me.
I'll
The
take
Giants
it.
win the World Series every even-numbered year. Are you confident about tonight's game? Excuse me, when does this air? Last week's game in which the hit had that big hit.
Tell us about the Mets are in a series now, right? With 3 game?
Single game.
Well, 1 game.
Yeah, I mean,
Wild
Oh, all
card.
right, well, let's blow everybody's
as
mind.
you
Are they
stand there
playing
with your stupid hockey paraphernalia behind you.
Yeah,
Ugh.
man. Come on, you should be watching some hockey right now. It's preseason.
That game.
Flyers beat the Rangers preseason.
It's preseason.
I know they're never going to win when it matters.
I love that you know that though. You don't even like hockey. And he knows.
Oh no, I like the Flyers.
Oh, you piece of shit.
I'm sorry, Billy. Oh no, I am a piece of shit. Please, I'm Jersey trash. I have to like the Flyers. The Flyers. This is what I say about all. They're like, oh, Phillies fans are the worst. Philadelphia fans. We are, but it's because if you go to any sport in any sports city, 1% of the fan base are assholes. 1% of the fan base are the people sitting at this table. But the thing is, in Philly, they want you to. They brag about it. Like if somebody, in Philly, like, yeah, we threw up on a kid and we beat up Santa.
Santa.
Why are you proud of that?
I love that.
Do you know?
They did beat up Santa.
Yeah.
This is how
The Eagles fans, I think, are the worst
this
than
is
any
how-
Philly fan.
Yeah, but this is here's. You want to hear a terrible story? And I don't mean my career. Do you know where the term Hail Mary pass comes from?
Flutie, right?
No. That's the flood tip. Hail Mary, which is also my nickname in college. Hail Mary pass.
Flood tip.
Yeah, because I was very brief. I didn't have control. The Hail Mary pass was when the Cowboys were playing the Vikings in Minnesota, and I'm not sure if it was a playoff game or not. It was late in the season. It was either playoffs or playoff implications. Roger Staubach, they were losing, and at the end of the game, he threw a Hail Mary, but it wasn't called a Hail Mary then. But when he threw the pass,
What was it called then?
it was called
pass.
A bomb?
desperation
A big
bomb, or
pass?
whatever. But he said, when I threw the ball, I just threw it in the air and said a Hail Mary.
No, come on. That coins the phrase.
That's how the phrase was coined. Nothing coins
the phrase.
Well, again,
So-
with his English, like he's
so-
an English major.
Yeah. So I didn't have to circle anything in your mother's letter in red other than the address. See what it did, Calder? It's already in my phone. So when
It's already my
so as the
Is it under Miss Partridge?
I love that letter. That made my night. Make sure she knows that because I know she tells you, but she doesn't listen to this. So as the ball is coming down, Drew Pearson pushes the Vikings cornerback, pushes him, turns around and catches the ball. So he has the ball at the 2-yard line. Bear with me because this is me defending Philadelphia fans, even though they're dirtbags. So he catches the ball at the 2-yard line. The refs don't call offensive pass interference. The fans all saw it. The ref missed it. This was back in a simpler time in the 70s
Yeah,
when we
there's
didn't
no
have
replay.
ruining fucking
And that
football.
probably wasn't even pass interference then. You know what I mean?
Right. Oh yeah, you're right. Good point. But it was so blatant. It was, and so the Vikings fans are livid. Now this is not like this is an old outdoor stadium. So the ball's at the 2-yard line. Let's talk about the dimensions of a football field. 2-yard line. The end zone is how deep?
10 yards.
12 yards. How far? So you
What
got.
is it?
I'm getting to some 12 yards. And how far would you say it is from the back of the end zone to where the stands begin?
Well, that all depends on the stadium.
Right,
But
I'm not- but I'm
roughly,
just-
if I had to guesstimate, it's 15 yards.
so you're
10
saying
to 15.
We'll even say 10. So we'll shrink it down to 10, 10,
2.
and 2.
I'm not a math major. Carried to 7. That's 22.
22 yards. 22 yards. On the next play,
Yeah. I have no idea. I think it's somebody's phone.
on the next play, is my ringer? So on the next play, they stop the game. Yeah, that's me being a professional with my ringer. They stop the game because a referee, the one that missed the call, that's standing on the 2 is now lying on the ground with his head bleeding. You know why?
Oh, they hit him with something?
A Jack Daniels bottle.
Wow.
From the back of the end zone.
The NFL used to
maybe
be
that guy
great,
should have been playing
right?
quarterback for the Cowboys. My point is, this fan threw a Jack Daniels bottle that he got into the stadium at least 22 yards, clocking a referee in the head, giving him a concussion. You can find it if you Google Hail Mary pass.
How much
It's
Jack
part of
was
the footage.
left in the bottle?
Do you understand? That's assault.
But that's great accuracy.
But here's the thing.
True. After drinking it all, too?
And no one knows that story. No one knows a story tied into a legendary when the phrase was coined, R-E-T-A-R-T, retard. When the phrase was coined, that's that legend, but you don't even know because Minnesota fans are like, let's pretend that never happened. Eagles fans would have had a parade that day.
So that's
it would
actually-
be called Jack Daniels Heaving Day.
Yeah, well,
You understand?
Yeah.
That's how fucked up Philly fans
well,
are.
perception's reality, man.
wow.
Oh, without
You
a
know-
doubt.
you know?
I'm not.
And the snowballs.
It's America's team. They don't throw Jack Daniels bottles.
I'm defending without defending
I get it.
because what I'm saying is that wasn't bad. What I'm saying is their fans are terrible everywhere. But what makes the Philly fans pieces of shit is they want you to
They
know
want
it.
to be, yes.
They want you to
Oh,
know
yeah,
it.
absolutely.
That's it.
They'll slash your tires just with it. You have a little New York sticker on your car.
Yeah, when I go to an Eagles game, and they're playing the Chargers, oh my God, I don't wear any.
No, you can't.
I always say that. You don't need to prove anything. Like,
Yeah.
you don't go, hey, I'm a Giant fan. No, I'm just going to wear neutral colors and not cheer a little bit for my team. That's it.
I went to a game last year. It was opening week. They were playing the Jags last season. I went opening week this season, perhaps. And I'm coming from New York and I'm down in Philly hanging with my boys, and I don't even realize it. Normally I wear my Phillies hat, but I have my Chargers hat on. I'm wearing an Eagle sweatshirt, jeans, and a Chargers hat backwards. And what is
You had an Eagle sweatshirt on?
Yeah, I'm wearing an Eagle sweatshirt. Just
And a
trying
Chargers
to blend.
hat?
Well, because I
Trying
don't
to
even realize
blend.
I'm wearing it backwards. And while I'm walking, some guy. At first, I'm walking in the same. Some guy's like, "Yo, Chargers stink," and I go, "I know, they're a really bad team. Yeah, they suck, dude. Yeah, they're terrible. I don't think they're ever going to win anything with Mike McCoy. Yeah, they fucking. I get it." And then I turn and I look at the guy, and he's that typical. He's wearing an Eagles jersey with his name on it, the number 69. Let me explain how clever that is. And I'm not done. It's tucked in.
The jeans?
He's
or
one of those.
sweatpants? Or
In the
Zubin?
jeans.
That's a lot of Giant fans, too.
Oh, stop it with
And
that.
I just walk right by him, and I'm 10 steps ahead. I'm like, I'll tell you 2 things you won't see on the field today: any San Diego Chargers or you in your tucked-in jersey. And I just keep walking. And then I'm like, and I'm saying this, I'm like, what? What? You think I can't outrun that fucking fat fuck? What? You think I wouldn't love getting clocked in the head and suing that asshole? What? Oh, he's not saying anything? So then I get into the stands, and I'm sitting there with that, and some guy in the fucking end zone, bleacher, shit seats. Yo, the Chargers suck. Yeah, I covered this in the parking lot, too. I don't know if you know, they're playing the Jaguars, and you know, just,
Same guy.
just it's like, what are you winning? Look, I'm a devout Chargers fan, which
Yeah.
is why I see what can go wrong.
I'm surprised
as
you
much
wore
as,
a Eagles shirt though. Even
Why? I don't mind the Eagles.
Oh, okay. I mean, yeah, they're not.
He's
in your
not an
division.
asshole. He just roots for the Chargers.
Yeah, dude, I
what I
love
mean?
Carson Wentz. I wish the kid well, you know?
Yeah, he looks good.
That's the difference between hockey and the NFL. When I was traveling with the Rangers, no matter where I went, in full Ranger regalia. You know what I mean? Specifically in Canada, people invited you into conversation. They wanted to talk about the sport.
Isn't that
They
great?
invited you over for barbecues. You know
No,
what
I mean, most fans
Then
would
I
like
did a
that.
show in Philly. Okay, I
They
did the
invited
same-
you over to a barbecue and raped you.
Killed you. Yeah.
Raped you with a hockey stick.
When I tell you, Jake, the Ultimate Ranger fan, and myself, and the production crew sprinted out of the arena with 2 minutes left in like an overtime game. We ran because we thought we were going to die.
Yeah. They're
You know?
fucking morons.
Did the Rangers win?
I don't. I think they lost that game. Thank God, because I think if they would have won, we would have been murdered in the stadium.
But I'll take it a step further to show just how, the Eagles, Philadelphia fans, it's just a reputation. If you look over the stories the past 3 years, guys are getting killed. As recently as there's a Ravens fan
in the hospital
that they were given a 60% chance, a 40% chance of survival, although the numbers went up. That was beaten to death by a Raiders fan in Baltimore, and guys getting stabbed in L.A. and people at Niners games getting kicked in the chest and brutally beaten with brain damage. But the Phillies are the worst fans in baseball. And don't get me wrong, because they are lobbying to make sure, look, we don't want to go to jail. We just want to get credit for being, but fans are terrible everywhere.
Everywhere, yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. I didn't know that happened.
Yeah.
I need to get out.
Yeah,
of
the
that.
Ravens got.
You're busy watching your preseason hockey.
I've been live-
Do you hang out with any straight dudes?
Listen, I've been live tweeting
Any at
Bachelor in
all?
Paradise. I don't know if you.
My
Please tell me you watch. Please tell me you watch.
No,
To
but
your
my
point.
friend loves that
To
show.
your-
It's the greatest comedy
That's
on
exactly
television.
she said. She's like, it is the worst show, which is why it's the best show ever.
I'll tell you what. Whoever edits that show is a genius. The
Really?
editing is all the.
I'm telling you, my friend, I was staying in LA, my buddy Bronson and his roommate Danny. She's like, and it wasn't like she was ashamed, like, I watch. She's like, if you don't watch it, you're wrong.
Yeah.
She's like, you're wrong.
It's
And I'm like,
true.
it sounds like, nope. She's like, nope.
Hooks you right
You're
in.
robbing yourself if you're not. I'm like, yeah, just like you talking
So
about
it's
it.
only going to get better because maybe you can help us do this. We're trying to get Derek on The Bachelor.
Really?
On The Bachelorette.
You should get on the Bachelor. Yeah, you can't get on the Bachelor.
No, we're trying-
You
until
either
you're
get
on
on
The
the Bachelorette, then you come in second.
Yeah,
then you
then you're Bachelor. That's what I'm saying.
It's not
you gotta
rocket
listen.
science.
Hashtag Derek gets a rose. We're trying to rock it.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's a Twitter movement.
How are we rolling this out on November 12th? How will that be done?
Oh, I haven't planned for that. I haven't planned for that.
Don't worry, I got that covered.
Oh, great.
Right,
I'll have Miss Partridge
I have
write a
some
letter
ideas.
of recommendation.
Oh, jeez.
Gino, thank you so much for coming on again.
I had a
You are
shitty time again.
By far my
I've
favorite
had a
human being on the
shitty.
planet.
I don't like any
You're
of you
lying.
people.
You're
This
lying.
is so much fun.
Where can people see you plug something?
I will be. I'll be at Riddles in Chicago on the 20th and 21st. I'll be at the Laugh Factor in Chicago 22nd to 24th. Hopefully, sorry to say this, Mets fans, hopefully at a Cubs World Series game because that's why I extended the trip. Follow me at genobisconte.com. You can see Geno's picks every Tuesday on the Kumia Network in hot water.
Where's that Kumia Network? Where do they get that?
Just go online, kumia.compoundmedia.com. C is in compound, O is in on-pound, M is in pound, P is in pound, O is in ound, U is in... you get the picture.
Duh.
Compoundmedia.com, and just whatever, dude. Follow me on Twitter. We have fun. Thanks so much
Thank
for
you,
having
man.
me. I mean that, guys.
Oh, come on. Always a pleasure.
Yeah, we did enjoy ourselves.
PBR Podcast, you can find us on the web, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Us. Give us some love, and we will love you back. Don't forget,
and
Derek D,
November 12th, I'll be at the House of Independence hanging out with my peeps.
Yes, November 12th. Go to
Frankie
Derek.com.
D. Dizzle and Mr. Rangers fan.
See ya.